to be forewarned, they say, is forearmed. 2 off-season elections in Ekiti and Osun State are upon us, and it's essential we get their conduct right as dress rehearsals from the 2023 general election. But dangerous signs are already visible. The Youth Initiative for Advocacy, Growth and Advancement YIAGA Africa has warned that activities of political thugs and cult groups might threaten the peaceful conduct of the July 16th governorship election in Osun State. YIAGA raised the alarm following findings of its long-term observers deployed in all the 30 local government areas of the state to assess preparations on the part of all stakeholders involved for the elections. Meanwhile, as part of efforts to boost the chances of its governorship candidate in Saturday's poll in Ekiti State, Biodun Abayomi Oyebanji, the All Progressives Congress has held its mega rally. The campaign attracted the presidential candidate of the APC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and governors from the southwest and other states across the country. We can now say, let the game begin. Sam, I'd like to start with you on this. We're looking at what YIAGA Africa said, raising the alarm. We thought we have actually advanced way away from electoral violence.
Not quite. And I think first we must appreciate that YIAGA is not just any other group. Very credible.
They've been around for some time.
Been involved with our electoral system and processes. So when they get to speak, you've got to take it very serious because it's a very credible group, and it just speaks to the danger ahead. It just shows that we're not learning sufficiently from our experiences in the past. I mean, how can we, at this time, begin to talk about, politicians mobilizing cultists, criminals, arming them, to disrupt elections? That can only come from people who don't have confidence, in their ability to go out and compete, all right, and sway voters to their own side. That's just my thinking of what is playing out, and everything must be done to stop that. Otherwise, the integrity, the outcome of these elections is going to be questioned, right. Because when you push, for power through violence, then chances are that you're going to continue to want to, use violence to stay in power. Yeah. So it's very condemnable, and government should take the information that YIAGA has shared, with Nigerians very seriously.
Right, Mikhail, INEC also has a lot of work to do, but I think they already have a way of dealing with this by calling for cancellation of elections in places where the places that are affected, in any form of disruptions.
But that's not the solution. It's not really the solution. Sometimes politicians even contrive crises where the opponents are winning, very strong, knowing that ultimately the ballots in those places would be rendered invalid. So sometimes they deliberately cause problems in the stronghold of the opposition. So our politicians need to change their ways. INEC can do its best by way, can make a brilliant effort by way of voter education and all that. But it's these politicians who are recruiting cultists. They are the ones going around sharing money. The election has not come, but YIAGA has already listed so many local governments where its long-term observers documented cases of bribery, and giving of gifts and money to voters. And we are saying that culture is just not good enough. On election day, you will still see them, in spite of the warning by YIAGA, in spite of this alarm that YIAGA has raised, these politicians will still come on election day, give people money on the queue, buying people's conscience. They will still try to disrupt rallies of their opponents, because they even documented where the rally of an opponent was disrupted. In some cases, billboards of some opponents will be destroyed. This is generally bad political behavior. And all I can say is that our politicians need to change, because they are the mirror of the voter, of the ordinary people. They are seeing them. If you keep encouraging violence, then violence will remain with us for much longer. So they've got to change. No one needs to tell a politician that, look, it does not pay to be hiring cultists and thugs, to be disrupting other people's rallies, to be causing mayhem during the political season. No one needs to tell you that. All you need to do is tell the voter what you have got in store for them. Don't bribe the voter. Don't distribute money to people on election day. Is the meaning. I don't know any political culture where it happens at the scale that it is happening in Nigeria. Well, it's just not right.
Well, Sam, quickly, the ultimate thing, the ultimate decision lies with the voters.
Absolutely.
But if there is no bribe giver, I mean, if there is no bribe taker, there won't be a giver. So the people to have a role to play here.
Yeah, and that is why, right here, on this platform, we've got to speak to all stakeholders, involved in this process. The truth of the matter is that if we sell our birthrights, we accept 1,000, 2,000 naira, and okay, it means for the next 4 years, the politician doesn't owe you anything. So we want to discourage that in absolute terms. It really doesn't help anybody. But I like what I see, happening, recently. Nigerians appear to be to have woken up, to hold their government accountable. We just want to hope that this momentum, will be sustained. Yes, is sustained. That's a lot of awareness.
The election credible.
A lot of awareness, going on, and we trust that voters will seize the moment, not just to hold leaders accountable, but also enthrone the kind of leaders we want, to take us beyond where we are at the moment.
All right, BK, Ekiti is next, this Saturday, and then we understand that at least more than 17,000 police will be deployed for Ekiti election this Saturday. So we believe that they should be able to maintain law and order.
Yeah, every time we do that, as if an election is a war. It's supposed to be a carnival. But at the end of the day, you still hear that in spite of the huge deployment of the armed forces, you still hear people snatching ballot boxes here and there. You still see people sharing money on the queue, something that the Electoral Act frowns against, and no arrest will be made. So sometimes you just ask yourself, why are we deploying that many policemen? Because we not just deploy policemen, we deploy civil defense and the Navy, the Air Force. At the end of the day, the bad boys still get away with snatching ballot boxes. So you keep asking yourself, what's going on? Is it that they look away and allow these things to happen? So we need the Ekiti election to be properly organized, properly managed, and we need the will of our people to triumph, because the Ekiti election is the foretaste of 2023, and we want to see it successful in all ramifications.
All right, your final thoughts, very quickly.
Well, speaking to the Ekiti elections, we just want to hope that things turn out fine. Just as Jide has said, it's going to lay, the grounds for better expectations, going to 2023. It's important that we set the right example. Otherwise, there'll be total loss, confidence in the system, and that's not what INEC, wants to portray, or the federal government wants to portray to Nigerians. We want to see absolute confidence. We want to see an electoral process that has very high integrity. That can only encourage more Nigerians to have faith in their system.
Absolutely. Thank you very kindly, Sam Ibemere. Thank you so much for your time joining this hangout. Babajide Kolade Studio, thank you so much too for your keenness of insights as always.